I had an experience today that is a little risky for me to share with you because I don't want this to come across self-serving or bragging in any way, because that's not what I'm intending. And so I'm risking in even explaining to you this. And the other thing I'm risking is I just got back from the dentist. And so if you see a line of drool coming down my face, or you can't understand what I'm saying, know that that's the reason why. Okay, so on the way back from the dentist, I stopped at the grocery store. And as I walked down the aisle, I noticed a small boy, turns out he was 7 years old, sitting on the ground, looking up at a display of Hot Wheels there on the end of an aisle. And I looked around, and I didn't see a mom or a dad. And it's like, okay, is everything okay here? And so as I stood there close by and shopped, I just kept looking at him out of the corner of my eyes, and I saw Don as a 7-year-old. And I realized that his mom's somewhere in the store, and she's allowing him to sit there and look at these Hot Wheels and dream for a moment. So I just made a comment to, hey, you like Hot Wheels? Oh yeah, I love them. And we talked about it for just a moment, and I didn't want to do anything risky, so I stayed far away from him and everything else like that. I didn't want anybody to feel like I was being a threat to him. And finally I got done doing with my shopping, and I was ready to go up and check out. And as I walked by, I look at the prices, and I realize a Hot Wheel is 10 for $10, a $1 Hot Wheel. And I thought, I can make this kid happy for $1. And so I said to him, hey, I'd like to give you a gift. Choose a Hot Wheel, and I'm going to buy it for you. You okay with that? And he goes, oh, really? And I said, yes. And so he spends like 30 seconds trying to decide which one. And in hindsight, I should have just bought him 5. But he chooses one. And I said, oh, you're doing a motorcycle ride. And so we're walking. The checkouts are like 20 feet from there. So we're walking over to the checkouts. And his mom comes by. And she says, okay, come with me. And he goes, hey, this nice man's going to buy me a Hot Wheel. And she looked at me, and she looked at him, and you can see it going through her mind. Is my son safe? Is everything okay? And everything. And she turned to him and says, what do you say to him? And he says, thank you. And so we go and I check out and I buy it, and I have him scan it and everything. And then I pay for it. And then I shook his hand and I said, enjoy your Hot Wheel. And as we walk out, the mother looks at me, and she's got this small tear in her eye, and she says, thank you. And at that moment, I looked down and I realized mom's already checked out. She has a single half full shopping bag. And all of a sudden, all kinds of things went through my mind. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but the story that went through my mind is, this is a kid who loves Hot Wheels, whose mom probably is struggling with some cash issues right now, who probably wouldn't get a Hot Wheel even if he asked mom for one. And so I, for the cost of $1, not only made the kid's day, but I hopefully was able to make life easier for mom. And like I said, I don't want you to take this as Don's trying to build himself up or Don's bragging or anything like that, because that's not the message here. The message here that occurred to me, because the other day I was at a gas station and I saw a lady pull up in this beaten down car, and she leaned out and she says, can you help me with gas? And as I walked away from that, I realized that the people who are hurt most by inflation are the people at the lower income level. The people who are struggling the most right now are the people who don't have any options to be able to deal with inflation except to eat less, drive less, have less of the things that are niceties in life. Like they're not going to go see the new Top Gun movie because they can't afford it. And the message I had for you today is this. Inflation's tough on all of us, but I bet for most of the people who are watching this, you really haven't changed many things in your life. You're probably not driving less. You're probably not buying less food. You're probably not, you're making very few changes in your life. But there's a whole group of people who are right now. How can we help them? When we see opportunities, I wanted to point this out to you because there may be little opportunities, like a little boy sitting there staring up at a display of Hot Wheels. Or it might be a food bank. It might be just buying some groceries and walking out and handing them to some and putting them on somebody's porch. I still remember the day my wife and I were brand newly married. We arrived at University of Virginia, halfway across, 3/4 of the way across the country. And my wife got a job. She wouldn't be paid for 3 weeks. We had almost no money. And it's like, okay, it's going to be a hungry month. Went to church on Sunday. And on Monday, as I rushed out the door to go to class for the first time, I almost died because as I came running out the door, I hit 5 bags of groceries sitting in front of my door, tripped over them, and rolled down the concrete stairs. I have no idea to this day who felt it in their heart and who recognized, because we didn't tell a soul our monetary situations. I mean, that's not something you talk about. Somebody saw us and someone recognized that we needed it. And they anonymously put groceries in front of our door. My message for you is this. Inflation's tough on everyone. What can we do to help those that it's really toughest on? This won't build your business. This won't help you sell more. But hopefully, when all of us start doing a little bit more, we can change the lives of a few. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.